everybody. So today I'm going to be looking at Steam Barons, and what it does is it takes Martin Wallace's game, Steam, and it turns it into a stock game by providing this stock track, little share tokens that are available. You can see that. So the way the stock market works is up here. These are the different shares that are going to be going out. It comes with a new map, and you can use this map for Steam as well as Steam Barons. And let's see, it comes with like trains tokens, because you're going to be using these instead of the wooden counters that come with Steam. Those are actually used in this as stock shares. And you have some up at the top up here. Let's see. Up here you have some, and over there you have some as well. It also comes with, you use your cubes from Steam, but you also have black cubes that have been added. And so you're kind of going to just start off like Steam. You're going to put all the cubes in the bag and put them out on the cities and towns. The ones that have the number, you're going to put that many cubes there. And all these ones, you're just going to put a single cube. Alright, so like for example, this city wants 4 cubes. So you just reach into the bag and you put out 4 cubes and you just put them there. And this is a town, so you're just going to put 1, another town 1, and so on and so forth. And I'll go ahead and fast forward or pause the video. Alright, and then once you have the board populated with cubes, you're going to find all of the gray ones and you're going to remove them from anywhere that you see gray cubes on the board. And those are going to not be used in the game. So it just helps set up random variability in each game. Alright, so I'm going to do this as a 3-player game, so each player is going to get $30. The money would change depending on how many players you had. Okay, and then for the stock, so you have these different stocks here, and with this map, this is a 2-sided map. I'm using the England side. There's also Eastern US. For the stocks, they're going to have your stock certificate. You're going to have 6 stock share markers on here. You're going to have $5 in each company. And then you're going to have 1 share marker up in this area up here where it says available shares, and these are going to be auctioned off. Alright, so for auctioning the shares, what you're going to do is you're going to take all these markers that are going to be for the turn order track, and you would just, mix them up and you would just put them out in an order. We'll go in this order. Alright, and so just what I did is I took the tokens and I put them up on the order of play track, and that's going to determine the auction that the shares over here get auctioned off at. Alright, so according to an order of play, it's going to go white, orange, green, brown, black, and then beige. And you have another token for each company. They're going to start on the $5 mark. And you're going to start with white, and you just start with, let's just say we'll start with this player. And his minimum bid has to be 5. And, he could bid, and then he could say 5, he could say 6. He could pass, and once you pass, you're out of the bidding round. And then so it could come back to him, and he could say 7, then he could pass, and then he would get the white share. So then this would go over to him, and he would kind of be the CEO of the company. And then you would have some kind of marker to indicate that he was the person who won the auction. I'm just going to put this track token here, and then next you would go to he would get a share in his personal supply. So you're going to keep the personal supply separate from the company supply, just as you're going to keep your personal money separated from the company money. You don't mix those things. So then he would get to bid for orange. Let's say he says, all right, I'll give 5 for orange. And then the next person says, I'll give 6. The other person says 7. And then this guy passes. And so the other guy passes. So then it goes to the other player. And you would take whatever you want to use as an indicator. And you would move that to the person who just won the recent share. They would get the stock share for orange. And then they would get first option for bidding on green. So I'll just go ahead and do this and then skip ahead. So this is here the setup that I just made. I went ahead and I just gave everybody 2 companies and I pretended they paid $5 for each. So each person has $20 left over and they each are in control of 2 companies. And then based on our turn order track, it's going to determine which company gets to act first. So if you see up the top there, first act will be, it'll go white, then orange, then green, then brown, then black, then kind of the beige wood color. So first act would be white, and he would get to choose where he wants to build. And it's just like in Steam, you're gonna you can build up to 3 pieces of track. If it's on the regular color, it's $1 for each end of track that you're using. So like if I did this, that'd be 1 plus $2. If you build over rivers, it's an additional $1, and if you build in the mountain forest area, it's an additional $2. So, it could essentially be like $4 per track here, $2 here, and $3 on the rivers. So what White has to do is decide where he wants to start building his track. Alright, so as you can see, I had White build in 2 different spots. They put down 3 pieces of track. The 2 over here, those cost $2 a piece. That's $4. And then the track up there on the mountains, that's going to cost $4. So it's going to be $8 now. They only have $5 in their company holdings. Alright, so since White only has $5 to spend on track, that's going to go away. And then what they have to do is they take one of their shares and they make it available. Each share that you make available is gives you $5 to spend. So this share would go up into the auction center, and so that would be an additional $5. So the $5 they had plus that share would give them $2 back for their holdings. If they had spent, a lot of money, they could have put, if they needed $10, they'd put 2 shares up there. But you only give off shares if you need money to construct on the track. Alright, so next to act was orange, so they kind of started building across the center there. They connected to 3 different, or a couple cities in a town to deliver goods. And so 2 of them were in the mountain area, so that's going to be $8, plus the one over here is $10. So again, they're going to spend the $5 from their company coffer, and then they're going to put 1 share up for auction, and that'll give them the other $5 they need to construct. Alright, the next company to act was green, and so what they're thinking is there's quite a few black cubes over here, or goods that need to be delivered to the black city. So that's what they did, and they built on the really cheap land, so that's only going to cost them $6. So again, they'll put $5 from their coffers into the bank, and they're going to take a share and put it up for auction, and they're going to get $4 back because putting that share up for auction puts $5 into the company, but they owed an additional $1 to construct. And so, is that green? Oh, I put the wrong color. Green. All right. And so that was their move over there. Alright, so next act was brown, so he's going to build down here in the south. He could get these blues transport over there easily, and this one down there. And so he's just going to try, and the yellows here. So he's got some movement he can do down here. So he's going to start off down there in the south. That's going to cost him $6. So again, 1 share of brown is going to go up for auction. Alright, so next to move was black, so he's going to be up here competing with orange and white. He made a little track go here. Maybe we can get this black cube up there and start working purple there and start working on this area up here. So there's going to be some heavy competition up in that part of the region. All right, and so beige built up there. Now, I'm talking about these people like they're different people, beige, green, white, and orange, but they're not. The person who owns the green stock also owns that wood-colored beige stock up there. So he's actually, since he's in control of both companies, he might be doing some planning where he might be establishing some routes using the beige company, but he could eventually work on kind of running beige into the ground, but getting some track out there just to kind of solidify an area and maybe run it up to get some money and then stop delivering and sell off all his stock, and then to make it so that green will be more powerful. So he kind of could, you know, he can kind of build a beige and green in the area as long as he maintains control of both companies, and then he can slowly let one of them fade out and then kind of dominate an area. So that's something that the green player might be thinking about doing up there in the northeast. All right, so here's how the map looks. You know, you got white, orange, black over here, green and the wood color over there, dark brown over here. So what happens is then you look at your turn order track, which we have white, orange, green, brown, black, tan, and they're going to start delivering goods. So white gets to choose what they want to do first. And for each good that you deliver, you can deliver a maximum of 2. You do 1, and then orange will go and do 1, green will go and do 1, and you go down the line, then you go back to the beginning at white, he'll do a second one, and you go down the line, then that's it. You only can do 2 at a time, or 2 during a round. So something he could do is white could take this yellow cube and go over his white track, so that's 1, then 2, 3 to deliver it to this city, so that gets white 3 on the track up there. And then next it would be orange's turn, and orange could, let's see, oh, he's got black here. He could go 1, 2, 3 to deliver black to that city. So now orange is up also on the 3. Next we got green. Green's over here. Green can move black 3 spots. So that'll be like that. He goes up 3. Let's see. I'll have down here brown. He'll move the yellow one link. So brown's going to go to the 1 spot there. All right. Next is black. Black will move. Let's see. You got purple here. Black will move the purple to the purple city, 1 link. What did I move? That should have been green. Alright, and then that's black. Alright. And then lastly, for this one, it'll be the beige. He'll move yellow up to this city there. And that's 2 links. So he'll go on 2. Alright, then it goes back to white. What does white want to deliver this time? White has a purple. 1, 2. Oh, actually, this is the first city he comes to. Even though there's a purple city here and here, he can't skip this one and go to that one. So he'll just go 1, 2 to deliver purple to that city. Then orange. Orange has a purple. He'll go from here to there, which is 1 distance. Alright, then green. Green has another black here, so he's going to deliver it 3 track lengths, so that's going to move him up 3. 1, 2, 3. And then lastly, I didn't do brown. Alright, brown. Brown can move blue down 2 links. So he'll go up 2. And then the tan. Yellow, blue, purple. He can't deliver anything, so he'll stay where he is. So this is the final result. The person who moved the most was white. Then orange and black were tied. Green and brown were tied. And then the tan was tied. So now I'll explain what happens with paying out. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go, okay, white is on the number 5 here. He delivered over 5 tracks. So then we're going to go to our chart. We're going to see 5 pays out a dividend of $1 per share. well, it's the first turn of the game, only one share has been auctioned off, so the white shareholder is going to have $1 added to his personal supply. It does not go into the company supply. All right, so number 5, then 5 going over to the company payout. The company is going to get $2. So the company has paid $2 into their little coffers. And then CEO bonus. There was no bonus to the CEO. You don't get a bonus being the CEO until you travel over at least 10 tracks on a turn. So that was white. And then there's 4 stacks here. So you're going to look on the little chart here. If there's 6 stacks, you start going from there. 4 or 5, you start going from there. 2 or 3, 1 stack. So he was the furthest ahead out of the 4. So 4 and 5 start there. Next you have black and orange, and they're on the 4. 4 is going to pay out $1 to each player, $1 to the company, and nothing to the CEO. On the 3, you have green and brown. 3 is going to pay $1 to each shareholder, $2 to the company, and nothing to the CEO. And then beige is on 2. If you've only moved 0 through 2 track links, you're not going to get anything. So that means these guys will go here, these guys will go there, and this person will go there. So you pay out the money, and then on this track it tells you how much the stocks are going to change. So right here, share adjustment table, the white is right here at +3, so the white share stock is going to go up $3, so it's now at $8. Black and orange are going to both go up $1, so black and orange move up to 6. Brown and green do not change, and the tan is going to drop down to $4. And so that is now what the stock shares are worth. Now if you want, after that's all done, you can sell off your shares. So if White wanted to sell off his share of stock, he would get $8 for each share. You know, black and orange would get $6 for each share. And anyone who has it, you know, multiple people can have shares. Then these will be removed because they'll be scored again. You'll take the tokens from your turn order track and mix them up and put them out in a new order. So let's just say it comes out like this, and that's the order that things will be auctioned off. So you'll change your order there. And then this is the, you know, this gets put back on the order of play. But anyway, so now to auction off your shares, you look at, you know, remember earlier I made this the marker for the person who won an auction. Well, the person who won the last auction has this, so they will get to bid first. And the person who has this is the person who owns the green and tan companies. But he has an option now to start bidding on orange. Orange starts at $6. And if he wants to bid on orange, to get in on orange, maybe he thinks orange is going to do some good stuff over here, he could say $6. And then it just starts going around. The next person, 7, da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and so on and so forth. After you auction off the shares, then you build track, then you deliver goods, and then you do this whole thing again and again. And so things will change. You know, people will go up, people will go down. Now, on the track here, let me show you something. All right, so on the money track here, you can see there's different colors. There's like the white neutral area, the green area, and the pink area. So if you had somebody who was, let's say they were down here in the $2 range, and then, you know, they got put up here in their bonus, and then they built so much track that their share goes up $3. So they're at the 2, and then they go up 1, 2, 3. Well, because they were at the 2 in the green area and they moved upwards, they are going to get a $1 bonus. So they go 1, 2, 3, and then an extra $1, 4. If they lost money, this doesn't do anything. If they stayed the same, it doesn't do anything. It's only if you make yourself profitable, you go up $1 more than whatever it would have been up here. Likewise, if you look at the pink, they have negative numbers. So if you're at the $10 spot and you didn't become profitable, you didn't go up, then you're going to go down $1. regardless of what you are here. So I could be 10. Let's say I came in first over here. So I go up $5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up here. But then that would be fine because it's profitable. But if he didn't go up any, he would go down 1. If he ended up over here, -3, and he's at 10, he'd go 1, 2, 3, but then he would go an additional $1 down because he wasn't profitable. These ones down here, they're neutral. So anyway, that's the basics of the expansion. You only play for 5 rounds, but they have things on the map to make it compatible to play regular Steam on it. You know, they have the cities over there where the goods go out and stuff like that. But you don't use that if you're playing the stock round. So again, stocks, you know, if you need to build railroad and your company doesn't have enough money, you put it stock up into the area. You get $5 for each stock that you do up there, or that you put up there. That allows you to build track, but by putting stock up there, it allows it to be open on the market for bid. So maybe you'll get it, maybe someone else will. If somebody has, like, let's say this player here had 2 shares of white, and then there were 2 shares of white up for sale, and this player bought the 2 shares, this person would still maintain control of the company. But if on the next round another share went up there, and this person bought that share, then this certificate would go over to this player with all the money in the bank and the extra shares that might be available later. And they would take over controlling what white does on the board. You know, so if white was competing with them, you know, let's say the orange player bought it instead, and orange sees white as a threat to this area because he wants to build there, he could buy out the share and then kind of have him stop building, you know, to help himself out and let this company just kind of go down in price. So there's those kind of things you can do, and that's just kind of hopefully a basic overview. Hopefully you understand it. So it's, you start off, you buy shares, you build track, you deliver goods. After you deliver goods, for each rail that you go over, it's going to get you a point up there. The person with the however many stacks are up there, whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 stacks, based on how many rows are built, that's going to determine where you go here, which is going to determine how much money the value of your stock is going to go up or down. And additionally, however many tracks you built out there, it's going to determine payout. You know, if you delivered a good, 2 goods, and the total of delivery was 13 or 14 tracks, each share is going to give you $5. The company's going to get an additional $5, and you're going to get a CEO bonus of $1. And then after all that's done, you kind of, if you go bankrupt, if a company does go bankrupt, what's going to happen is the first company to go bankrupt, they're going to have a permanent everything, all their markers are taken away and everything, but their trains are taken away, but the track stays. And they're just going to have one of their tokens put on the 0 spot. So when you start determining like stacks out there, it can get to the point where, you know, black goes here, orange goes here, and brown would have gone here, but because this token's there, it's going to force brown to go here. And let's say brown goes bankrupt and you do another round and you go, okay, green's here, black's here, and orange would have gone here. But because there's 2 bankrupt companies occupying these spots, orange is not going to go down here and lose $3, whereas he wouldn't have lost money before. So that's another thing that happens. But that's just like kind of a basic overview of how Steam becomes a shareholding game instead of the delivery game that it is.